The ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV.
Lil Durk, aka the voice of Chicago's trenches, was once sitting on top of the world, beating the odds and escaping a lifestyle that swallows so many street legends whole. He wasn't just another survivor from Chicago's dangerous South Side. He became a symbol of hope for people still trapped in the deadly cycle of O-block violence. But now, with a federal indictment hanging over his head, Durkio finds himself standing at a dangerous crossroads. The same streets that helped build his name may now be dragging him right back down, threatening everything he worked for. So what really happened to the man who claimed he left the violence behind? And how did the world end up watching one of hip-hop's biggest stars sit in a Broward County jail facing a possible life sentence? Sources close to the situation are finally speaking on Lil Durk's unbelievable rise and shocking downfall. And now the question haunting the streets is simple. Could Lil Durk be locked up forever? Lil Durk was never unfamiliar with struggle. Growing up in the rough trenches of Chicago's South Side, gunshots were basically background noise, and surviving long enough to see your 20s felt like a blessing. Music became Durk's escape route. Chicago's gritty drill scene gave him a platform to speak on the pain, loyalty, and trauma he lived through every day. His early mixtapes were packed with stories straight from the trenches. Tracks like I'm a Hitta gave a voice to the overlooked street dudes living in the shadows of one of America's most violent cities.
Trying to change but can't change. 'Cause ain't no way to. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I could be a platform for them.
But Durk wasn't just another drill rapper with a couple viral moments. The man had charisma, hustle, and star power, and that combination separated him from the pack. He built OTF Only the Family, turning himself into both a leader and a spokesperson for his people. The streets already knew his name, and eventually the music industry caught on too. But as his fame exploded, so did his legal problems. Gun cases, gang allegations, police pressure, and non-stop violence followed him everywhere. Still, Durk kept pushing through it. His real breakout came when mainstream collaborations started rolling in. Suddenly, he wasn't just Chicago drill's biggest name, he became a worldwide rap star. And over time, it looked like he was finally leaving the streets behind.
Everywhere I drive in New York, people have the windows rolled down and they're blasting All My Life through the streets of New York. It's pretty incredible.
His music started shifting away from survival anthems and into massive crossover hits like Laugh Now Cry Later with Drake and Broadway Girls with Morgan Wallen. Gold and platinum plaques started stacking up, cementing Durk as one of hip-hop's top artists. But it wasn't just the music changing. Durk himself seemed different too. In 2020, he launched the Neighborhood Heroes nonprofit, showing people he genuinely wanted to become a positive figure in his community. His goal was helping reduce violence in Chi-Town, even though he admitted that mission felt almost impossible. And for a while, it really looked like things were turning around. He even celebrated online after finally getting his criminal record cleared following years of legal battles. But behind the scenes, pressure was building fast. The death of his close friend and fellow OTF rapper King Von in 2020 hit Durk extremely hard. Von was killed during an altercation involving Quando Rondo's crew outside an Atlanta hookah lounge, a moment prosecutors now believe connects directly to Durk's current legal nightmare. Fans instantly demanded revenge. Slide for Von flooded social media comments, pushing Durk toward retaliation. It was that same dangerous street mentality where bloodshed is expected to be answered with more bloodshed. Publicly, though, Durk seemed determined to reject that lifestyle. In interviews, he spoke about peace, family, and staying focused. He even admitted himself into rehab to battle addictions to Xanax and codeine, trying to finally straighten his life out.
Hey, my main goal is peace, you know what I'm saying? Being with the family and staying out of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And getting 100% on my ding.
Did you write any music?
Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
But the streets never really stopped watching, and old habits don't disappear overnight. Even while Durk talked about peace and growth, rumors kept circulating that he never fully cut ties with the life that made him famous. Then came the What's Lee Federal, what's the rapper linked to King Von's death for hire case. According to prosecutors, Durk allegedly ordered a hit targeting Quando Rondo, the rapper linked to King Von's death. Rondo survived the ambush, but his cousin Lul Pab was killed during the deadly gas station shooting.
The ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the...
Authorities claim they've gathered heavy evidence, text messages, wiretaps, and even informants from inside Durk's own circle. And one of the biggest betrayals reportedly came from an OTF member named Jam. Somebody, Durk allegedly helped trusted, gave money a place to stay, cars, and loyalty to, is now accused of cooperating with the feds against him. The same crew he once stood beside is now being used to build the case against him.
He made a way for me to be straight, like he's saying good ass again, you know, like shit. Crib, cop, all that.
As hip-hop fans tried processing the news, the reality of Durk's situation started hitting different. Despite all his attempts to separate himself from the violence of his past, it seemed like he could never completely escape it. Even while rebuilding his image and trying to become a role model, the streets still had a grip on him. And looking back now, some fans feel like Durk left clues in his music all along. Lyrics from songs like Who Wants Smoke are now being heavily dissected. On one track, Durk raps, "Got it back in blood, y'all, just don't know that's how it's supposed to be." Prosecutors may try using lyrics like these to strengthen their case. In hip-hop, where real life and rap music often blend together, the line between storytelling and self-incrimination can get dangerously blurry. For many people, it's hard to understand how somebody so focused on changing their life could still end up tied to something this dark. But Durk's story reflects the same pressure. Countless people from the streets face loyalty, reputation, and the unspoken rules of revenge. Durk once said he was chasing $1 billion, not death. He wanted a better future for himself, his children, and his community. But now, with trial approaching, that billion-dollar dream may be slipping away right in front of him. And if prosecutors prove their case, Lil Durk could spend the rest of his life behind bars. A tragic ending for somebody who climbed so high despite coming from such painful beginnings. Now his story sits at a major turning point, and the whole world is watching to see what happens next. You're out of me.